Alright, welcome back. So, while I was preparing to leave, giving the place one last look over to see if I could find the sun. You know, I would love it if I could actually complete every quest. I noticed something that I had not seen before. Namely, this interaction. Not exactly sure what it's for. Maybe it's something completely separate, but... well, it's really the only thing I have to go on, so... let's try clicking on it. Manipulate the faucet to, release a trapped soul. You released a lost soul. Oh, Bedlin, Daglefod. I meant no harm, I swear. Please cease your casting and... Actually, do I know anyone named... no, I don't think I do. Actually, what was the name of the person I'm trying to rescue? I only really know him as the Zerf Nublin's son. You are not the ones... you are from the light? I have not seen your tone before. But you have them among you. Hey, Viconia's nice. If you travel with the blessing of the drow, I offer my respect. I hope you shall let me live. Please, speak to me of your good intent. I am humble and only wish to go home. You may relax, young one. If you are Bedlin Daglefod, then I am here to save you. Oh, yeah, it is him. Cool. You may relax, young one. Father sent you? Then I have been trapped here for some days at least. Yeah, quite a few, actually, considering how many times I've rested since I got the quest. And it was probably multiple days since then as well. I have heard of such dark magic, but never thought I would see. I must hurry to him and tell him I am all right. I will say you rescued me as well. He will be grateful, of that I am sure. Wonderful. I'm glad we could actually finish this final quest. Let's, wonder how they trapped his soul in there. Whoever. I think it's a drow there. Well, let's go ahead and, collect our reward before heading out of the Underdark, then. Therndl Daglefod. I have good news for you.
Yes.
Oh, right. We don't have our translation anymore. At Gosseltastone? Gosseldarot. Forgive my intrusion, but I have news. I found your child and set him free. My child? He did return most recently, and had a tale of rescue to tell. I thought him mad from hunger, or worse. Why would you think it was a mad tale from hunger? You specifically sent me out there to rescue him. I would not have guessed servicers would come to his aid. Those not of the granite seldom look our way at all. Yeah, but you told me to find him. Or was that given to me by the boss guy over there? Please, accept this gift on his behalf. I thank you, I do. Ooh, some bracers. Yes, please. Damn it. Alright, well, let's, head back to the rest of the party, and I'll let Imoen, identify them as we leave. No kidding, especially since this isn't just underground. This is the Underdark, which is especially bad for the Avariel. And really any surfacer, but still. Really any elf. A lot of, well, the drow, but they particularly hate elves. Bracers of Defense AC 4. Oh. Well. I don't think those are really useful for anyone. Or maybe they are. Yeah, this only does armor class 5. Cool. Airy. You have even better AC. Actually, your AC is surprisingly low. Does that count spirit armor? At me being at -7? Jeez, -14. I guess her armor AC isn't that low. -13. Oh, actually, Minsk's AC is doing pretty good right now. -4. Wow, yours is pretty high. Or, well, not very good. Same with you, Imoen. Kind of curious here. Do I have spirit armor on? No. When I use that, how does that change my, to -11? Well, Viconia's AC is actually officially better than mine.
Give me some direction. It's probably best left to me.
Yeah, I don't think killing these tadpoles actually did anything for me, other than, well, wipe out a group of Underdark Kuatoa. I think it was Kuatoa. Yeah. Alright. And these are probably no use for me anymore since, well, we can't really go and sell them back to the drow. They would kill us if we went back, I think. Hey, drow. I'm ready to fight you this time.
Let's do this quick and pain.
We have one over there that I want to get.
I am yours to direct, my friend.
Why don't you cast a Dispel Magic on them?
Here.
There we go.
I'm waiting.
And Artorias, go over and get them.
We are all heroes. You and Boo and I. Hamsters and rangers everywhere. Rejoice!
Of course, we'll use this death spell first since they have those summons. Did it work? Well. Oh, you haven't cast it yet.
You point.
Hope you're doing fine. Kill the drow.
Evil stands aside.
There we go. Got rid of the elemental at least, and I think got the spider.
No mercy for the...
Good. Wait, when did we haste ourselves? Oh, you know, I think Imoen probably took the initiative.
This is worth it.
Well, good job, Imoen.
Give me some direction.
No mercy for those who oppose us.
This is like an outer camp that they prepare or use to prepare for surface raids. Now that the Silver Dragon isn't, War Elf isn't guarding the exit. No items. Huh. So those are surface elves who are, I don't know. Oh, is this where the exit to the Underdark leads, perhaps?
Let's do this quick and painful. Tom, take you.
You guys have anything to say to us? You there. You there. You are not our enemies of our enemy's dark design. Get to the surface and report to Elhen immediately. I mean, I don't really work for you, though. I guess I could be hired. So if the drow try to invade the surface, and adamantite armor disintegrates on the surface. I wonder how that works. Oh boy. Well, let's try to make these guys survive. I think they're probably fine. So I wonder if you were an evil party, could you have just fully sided with the drow? Either the matron mother or fair, and let the demon help in their attack. Obviously, there's the option of offering them the egg yourself, probably, but it's an interesting thought. Maybe I'll find out someday. Though if I ever play this game, it'll be in a long time. You are not of the drow. Get to the surface before you fall between our forces. Elhan will see you to safety. See to your safety. Of course, but I don't really know which way is to the surface. And there might be items here. I think it's mostly just drow armor, but still. Ah, to the surface. The elves seem to be doing okay on their own, though. It's not like they're defenseless against the drow. Though with Irenicus' help, they might be in for some trouble.
Ultranon!
I should go back and see if that was the matron mother he was talking to back then.
You will fall yet.
Ooh. Who was that? M1?
My blade will cut you down. I won't let my friends be hurt.
Nice. And you guys have something to say? No? Alright. Oh, there he goes. Flee this place lest you followed as a casualty of circumstance. Get to the surface and report to Elhan. He will see you to your safety. Yes, I've heard that. This Elhan. Whoever they may be.
I'm so happy you brought
Alright.
me with you. I never imagined that we would be doing such great things.
It is really unfortunate to have an entrance to the Underdark right underneath your settlement.
Yep.
Why don't we level you up, Emoan? So you get some saving throw improvements. Some decent ones at that. Thaco, of course. And, an 8th level spell. Man, 7th and 6th, they're very nice. Alright, I don't think you know any 8th level spells yet, though. I don't think you know... Oh, I know you know 1 7th. I think for her 6th level, I kind of want to do Mislead. Contingency would be a decent choice. You could have it automatically cast something like Shadow Door. Improved invisibility or something. But, I think I want Mislead. Its casting time is only 1, so it's a very quick defensive spell.
What do you want?
Did I get all of them? Yeah. Wonderful. I really should give... we'll do that in a bit.
I'm waiting.
Give her some 8th level. And I think Aerie needs like a 7th level, right? Yeah.
Yeah? I'll see to
You must gather your party before
Give me some
venturing
direction.
forth.
Come on, guys. Time to leave the Underdark.
As much as you have traveled, these last few feet to the surface have seemed the longest trek by far. Your relief at seeing the light of the sky is palpable, even though you
I'll
are
bet.
not really fleeing the black of the Underdark, rather the constant treachery. Unfortunately, even though the setting has changed, your immediate future still looks to be far from peaceful.
Yeah, we still
This
missing a
area
soul.
has been a staging ground for many recent battles. And judging from the faces of the beleaguered elven soldiers that now approach, there may be more to come.
I also may still need to repair my romance with Viconia. They glitched out.
We shall never surrender the Heartwoods.
I speak the common tongue that you might hear and be warned. All that breach the surface will be fought back. Wait, you are no drow. Viconia, hide behind me. But you travel with one among you. Are you collaborators? Have you betrayed us all to the darkness below? No, no, no. I will defend you, Viconia, don't worry. It would not be the first time we have found traitors amongst our own kind. Explain how you come here, elven brother, but choose your words well. Well, my name is Artorius. I have fought through the drow to find Irenicus. Yeah, she is a rogue drow. Should I put it that way, though? Yeah. You know of Irenicus? You will speak with Elhan immediately. He will determine your relationship with the fiend. By all means, if this Elhan can tell me of Irenicus, I'm very eager to meet him. Very much so, especially if he has a location. I do want to know why he hates the elves so much as well. He seems mostly just allied with the drow. I don't think he was one. Though Bodhi might have been. Then again, that might have just been her vampiric nature with her portrait. Yeah, by all means. Your fate will be decided shortly. You will remain under guard until Elhan sees you. Make no move. You will be watched closely. Very well, very well. That's what we want anyways. Ooh, a teleportation circle? Maybe? No? Guess not.
The Seldarine watch over us. Victory shall be ours.
General Sovalidas. Welcome. Yes, welcome. I'll have you know I do not trust you. I have no reason to trust you. I mean, the feeling is mutual, I guess. I do not feel that I have to trust you. No doubt the same applies from your perspective. Yeah, well, at least we agree on that point. So, with this admission out of the way, are you going to tell me what this is about? Or... Oh, Bodhi is his sister. I wasn't sure if that was more actual blood relation or if it was more just, the very close bond kind. Family in name, if not in blood. Let's start with number one, though. So, with that admission out of the way, are you going to tell me what this is about? No, I am not. I merely came to look at you. You arrived from the depths, and I wished to see if the darkness was in your eyes. Fair enough. I am undecided. Elhan will see to you. He will make sure you are comfortable and that you reveal what you must of yourself. He is experienced, and he has knowledge of the enemy. I mean, this is the smart thing to do, so I don't really hold it against you. Mind that you obey him, regardless of your intent. If you attack any of my elves here, I will have you killed on the spot. We are Legion, rest assured. I mean, we're in the seat of your power. It would be kind of foolish to attack.
Well, I thank you for coming.
Why, thank you, Elhan. You, the Elder. Yes, pleasantries aside, what is it that you want? You will mourn the loss of these pleasantries very soon. I'm not here to pamper you. Fair enough. I shall keep this brief, as I have little time to waste on you. A few questions are all I need regardless. Ask what you will, I have nothing to hide. I will ask some things of you, and you will speak what you know. My sages will detect any falsehood. They are very good at that sort of thing. Of course. They will pay close attention to to your next statement, especially since you are already damned for having a drow traveling with you. Man, poor Viconia. Now then, something simple and direct to begin with. You emerged from the home of the drow. Were you fleeing, or are you in league with them? What's the most accurate one? I left them bloody and battered. I did not flee. That's not quite right. I didn't really leave them very bloody and battered. Neither. Any association with them was a means to an end. My goals are separate. That's kind of accurate. Yeah, I think that's accurate. Truth. I concur, truth. A truth. Well, a good start. You are currently not an ally of the drow. This tells me nothing of your motives, though. Let us continue. A name, then, that you may know something of. Irenicus. Do you know of him? Of course, he's the reason I've come all this way. That's a dangerous way to put that. I think number 3 is the, yeah, best way to put that. I battled my way through the Underdark seeking his black heart. Yes, I know him. Absolute truth. No doubt at all on both answers. Well, this is somewhat reassuring. Your bloodlust certainly illustrates your true feelings about him. Yeah, I figured that would, come in handy. This has put me more at ease. Whatever manner of creature you are, I mean, I'm an elf, same as you. We are on the same side in this instance, at least. Well, at least I'm part elf. I guess I'm also part god, but... Oh, I am so glad you could be happy. You are happy. It is as I told you. Why wouldn't you believe me to begin with? I mean, I think we both know why I ran a Artorias. Poor Viconia. It is as I told you. You are certainly less of a threat than I have first imagined, but do not think you are welcome yet. This area is still at risk, and I will not take chances. Especially since there is still the matter of the drow you bring with you. I will return to her later, rest assured. I will protect her, and I will defend her. For now, I will apprise you of the situation, and you will realize why travel in this area is to be restricted. You might have received a warmer welcome, but Irenicus has triggered the strongest of emotions where'er he has trod. He has stepped beyond all bounds of decency. Well, I mean, he literally stole my soul, so I would say yeah. And our very city is under the weight of his thumb. Soldanesala is simply gone. That means very little to me. Irenicus is the most vile of villains if he dared destroy a whole city. Yeah, I figured from the context it was probably that, but... I can't believe that, and I have believed some amazing things, let me tell you. Yeah, I thought this was going to be the city, though, he was talking about. It has only been concealed, but we cannot penetrate the magics that have hidden it. We are forced to remain here, pestered by drow while supplies falter. Ah, so that's like your capital, then? And you guys are stranded, and probably the deal he made with the drow was to have them pester you. Drow that were incited by Irenicus and the bargains he made in the Underdark. Yeah. You think he was, he's after a temple. But yeah, the drow that were incited. Truth. Yes, he knows much of this. It would seem your travels have given you quite a bit of insight into the plans Irenicus has made. I wonder if you might be of service to us. Possibly, but well, yeah, I mean, I don't really care if he calls off the sages or not. I wonder if you will stop their sages. I might be, if you think you can trust me. You obviously bear no love for Irenicus. Understatement. I want my damn soul back. And Imwin's. Making you the enemy of our enemy Classically speaking, this might make you our friend. Fun way to put that saying. And even if you are not, you cannot reach Irenicus without helping us. He is untouchable, save for one possibility. Do tell. Within the temple was an artifact of great power, the Rin Lanthorn. It is an ancient lantern, etched with the oldest of runes. I guess that wasn't a city, but it was a temple that he was talking about. Says something. Or there was a temple in that city. The Lanthorn is attuned to the Elven nation, and no magic can bar its return to Elven lands. We could simply walk to Soldanesalar if we had possession of it. Oh, there's a... Yeah, no, from the temple within Soldanesalar, probably. Someone stole the relic when the temple fell to the drow. Obviously, it was a servant of Irenicus capitalizing on the chaos of the battle. $5 says it's Bodhi. So obviously you need me to go get it. Is this the last chapter of the game, I wonder? Chapter 6. Feels like we're drawing very close to the climax. We have not been able to determine where the thief went, despite the best efforts of our sages. It makes me think that the Lanthorn is no longer in Elven territory. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I bet it's Bodhi. Only she would have been trusted with such a thing. Does he really trust her? Or does he use her? Hard to say with Irenicus. I know she trusts him, I think. Yeah. I am going with number 3, I think. I think it might have been Bodhi, Irenicus' sister. I know her stomping grounds well. Truth. Stop that already. Bodhi. You may know more than we about the situation after all. I propose we exchange our services. Well, what kind of services are we talking? I am very curious about why Irenicus hates you in your city. It would help if I know what was really going on here. I'm going with number 1. I have reservations about this. Why does Irenicus hate you in your city? I cannot say more than I have. Perhaps if I had access to the city, I would have insight. But as it stands, I am in the same situation you are. Oh, so you don't actually know. The attack came without warning. Born in the mind of a human we did not know. So he is human. That's what I originally thought. Or, well, actually I think I originally thought he might be a godling of some sort. This was not in the realm of possibility, and remains as such. You're not gonna pipe in, sages? Truth. Absolute truth. He has dealt with drow, defiled our temple, and violated our city. His name is to be spit and spoken of as really as possible. He is all that elves are not. Very curious, though, Irenicus. What is your story? If you know how to find the treacherous servant of this fiend, I suggest that you do it. You seek Irenicus. We seek Irenicus. To help us is to help yourself. Very well. You may not have done anything to Irenicus, but are you guys responsible for the loss of that one love of his, I wonder? That would be a classic motivation for revenge. Of course, it probably also has something to do with how he lost his soul in the first place. And why he needs ours. Find the Lanthorn. Seek outside Elven lands in whatever location you think an important servant of Irenicus would be. Only then will we reach this man. I will need supplies. Never going to turn down supplies. I might need help facing Bodhi. I mean, I probably don't. I think I can take her. I've taken her thrice? Now, maybe twice? We cannot march on human territory. As great as our problems are, they would only get worse if we appeared to be sending agents into the cities of Am. Boo does not favor the odds, but I have no doubt we will succeed. You have traveled extensively. Return to the groups you have already encountered and ask their aid. I'm sure you will find some among them to help you. I mean, I was really talking about supplies. They need not to know... Well, they did say they were short on supplies, I guess. They need not know the nature of the emergency, only that a great evil must be routed. The less you know of the shame brought by Irenicus, the better. Or the less who know. Can you help with special supplies? Holy water and steaks come to mind. Yeah. I have such things. The water is exceptionally potent and will prove effective against those those that wronged the temple. The wrath of the Seldarine is in each vial. I assume that's the elven god. Or gods. Maybe the elven pantheon. It sounds as though you know the nature of the creature you must face. Your service is now doubly appreciated. 4 wooden stakes. Fantastic. I wonder how I can use the holy water against her, though. Just chuck it at her? Try to feed it to her directly? Before I go, what did you say about shame? What shame has Irenicus caused you? It is not your concern. His deeds will be apparent when you reach him. Until then, you should begin your task. Very well. I will begin immediately. We have talked long. I will make sure the guards know you are free to come and go. Unfortunately, I must bring up a final point of contention. I said I would return to the drow, and now is the time. I will not allow her to accompany you. Bullshit, you won't. I was wondering when you would give voice to the looks you've been giving me all eve. Poor Elhan, hating me so. You are an unhealthy risk. I will not allow it. I cannot do without the group I am familiar with. She must go with me. Very well. There is one way that I will allow her to partake in our plans. She must first swear loyalty to you and your cause, Artorius. Laconia, are you willing to do that? Boo would have sensed any treachery long ago. She fights well with us. Boo is a very wise hamster. You should listen to him, Elhan. Bah! Such a statement is unnecessary. I am loyal, but if it will help your doubts, I do swear my loyalty to this cause. I know it is, Vaconia. I know it's unnecessary. I trust you with my life. And she must agree to a chaos. That is the only way. Ooh. That's a ultimate sign of distrust, I think. Your distrust is such that you require magical bonds to ensure I commit no treachery. I wonder if the drow are the only elves with darkened hearts. Well, if nothing else, they're not the only drow. They're not the only elves that are racist against other elves. That's for sure. Such talk does not endear me to you. Do you agree or do you not? Very well. Have your spells cast and secure my will to the task. I imagine spitting on you for the indignity will be restricted as well. A pity. Oh, Vaconia. Understandable. I'm surprised no comment from Keldorn. With the casting of this spell, all my doubt is removed. Vaconia, you are bound to the task, and I fear no treachery. Let death be the threat if I am wrong. Vaconia is loyal. We've proved ourselves to her. Well, at least Artorius has. Keldorn is, up in the air. Artorius, I wish you well in your goals. Also, Danesalar, it depends upon your success. And they're all gone. And there goes all... Oh yeah, the Piwafwi cloak did disappear. I thought it might with the adamantite in there. Oh, I gained an item. Oh, it turned into full mail. Huh. Wait, no. No, it didn't. To where that said I gained. Oh, I gained adamantite dust. I see. But no, it says I gained full plate mail. Oh, I lost adamantite dust and gained full plate mail. But then where the hell is it? I don't see full plate mail in here. Or, right, well, I don't see generic full plate mail in here. Oh, are we wearing it? Since I would have sold the rest.
I'm waiting.
Swords, not words!
We're wearing adamantite dust. Oh, right, that's why their ACs were so ridiculously high. Because they were wearing adamantite and I wasn't. Probably makes Artorias more competitive against them AC-wise again. Well, let's fix this situation. I wonder if adamantite dust is worth anything. I'll keep it just in case. All right. We're good to go again. Whose belt was this? Girdle of Fortitude. Oh, right. This is the one that, wait, no. This is the one she used to wear. Before we got the, Frost Giant Strength. Does anyone need a girdle? Constitution girdle? No. All right. Oh, and that one helmet. Where did it go? Was this any good again? It says a death spell. I don't think I would want to replace any of my current helmets with that. This one gives us protection from various things. Armor class increase. Armor class, Thako, saving throw, etc. Saving throw. Yeah. No, I think we don't want to. Probably end up selling it. All right.
Yeah?
Entrance to the Underdark.
What is it?
Hey, a moose. Hey, moose. Don't attack me, please. Oh, there's the general. Should we say hi?
We shall never surrender the Heartwoods.
I will not tolerate the presence of outsiders, no matter who they are or what they intend to do for our cause. The risk is too great. Well, you're going to, go against Elhan, then? Do what you must, but do it far from here. I will believe your intentions when all is right again. Such assholes. And keep that drow out of my sight. Her very breath is an insult to me. Oh. God, I want to stab you in the face. To them, Dritz probably isn't even good enough. Just because he's a drow.
Stupid.
A lot of moose here. But not much else. Ooh, a pheasant. Some huts. A bunch of pheasants. Alright. And we'll see what was over here again really quick. I guess we could actually go back into the Underdark if we really wanted to. Maybe to destroy the Elven city, the Drow city if we wanted. But I think we won't. Just, to spite these elves who have been very rude to Viconia. Wow. Destination unreachable, 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 unreachable. Brynlaw. Wait, was... there's the asylum we was... Brynlaw. Weren't these places attached to each other? Well, whatever. So that's the small path. A small teeth pass. So that's where we currently are. Wait, no, that's not where we currently are. We're currently Underdark exits something. I suppose this might be where Bodhi is? It's highlighted like it is. Maybe this is because it's a new place, though. And I imagine this is the path you have to take to get to this city that they're talking about in the Forest of Tethir. Well, should we head back to the Deernace Hold? It's probably been a while. They're probably wondering where the hell we are. There's that, and then we also want to go back and, make some items.